Yo, what's up? Can you guys hear me? Do I sound okay? What is going on? Woo! Just got back from shopping today. Got my groceries. Didn't spend that much. Got some, I don't know. I still had a bunch of stuff from last week, so I'm just chilling. The store finally had some leftover sushi, so I could get some sushi. I'm Slime Boy. Speaking of slime, I'm probably like never gonna watch it, but I do want to watch the reincarnating as a slime. Will not be uploaded. Thanks. Gotta pause my Ruby marathon. Yeah, I put that in there just so that everyone would know. This is not the kind of stream that I think would do well. Like, I don't know. I want to upload as much content as possible, but I want to at least upload somewhat quality content and not just like every stream that I ever do, you know? Tower of God review drits. Uh I mean, I've thought about doing Tower of God reviews, but at the same time, it's like I don't even remember most of the characters' names. Like, I don't know why, but for me, like I can remember a lot of the main characters' names, but whenever there's like an even remotely like Korean or Chinese name, it's like impossible for me to remember it. I don't know why. Mod your childhood favorite character. What's up, Jits? How's the job situation going? Oh God. Well, I mean, I don't want us to turn into a pity party, but I mean, it's not working out so far. So as you guys know, I was planning on joining the National Guard, but that kind of fell through because the last minute thing, I had to take an allergy test for peanuts just to see if I was anaphylaxis, and it turned out I was seriously, seriously allergic to peanuts, so that automatically disqualified me from service. Sucks. And then I went to a job fair for the local Air Force base. It's a place called Eglin over here. And uh, I kind of got actually like Hurricane
Rare.
Michael completely fucked me over for this event fair because like it was originally supposed to be in October. So, and in October, I have friends who work at the Eglin Air Force Base, and they were told by their higher ups that the Eglin Air Force Base was looking for IT graduates fresh out of college, which fit me for the bill. And then Hurricane Michael hit, and they didn't reschedule their job fair until January 29th. It was like a week and a half ago. And I went to the job fair. They had rented out this huge Emerald Coast, like, big giant building, right? And it was literally the worst possible scenario that could have happened to me. There was only one IT panel out of 7 panels, and they rented an entire building. There was only 7 panels, which means that during the time period that Hurricane Michael hit, they had basically filled up or just stopped. They filled up all the positions, and I kind of got fucked over. And the one IT panel that was there, I was talking to them, and they basically said, "We're not looking for anyone fresh out of college. We only want highly qualified, experienced people." And I was like, "Oh, damn." So I went around, I talked to everyone. There are two slight rays of hope that came from it. I was talking to one guy who was in science and stuff, and he was checking out my transcript from college, and he was like, "Man, you had really good grades. It would be a shame if this went to waste." So we'll see. I'm gonna give this to someone that I know, and we'll see if they can put you into a program to get your master's so you qualify for something. But I don't think that's really gonna work out. And then I talked to some contracting people who has nothing to do with my major. It's just like basically being a salesman. And I had an interview with them, and I think I nailed the interview because 5 minutes afterwards they called my references, but it's been a week and I haven't received a call back. So not really feeling confident in them right now. So as of right now, I've just been on Indeed, on Monster, just applying to all jobs that I could possibly get, and just making videos in the meantime so that my check for this month will be a decent amount in combination with my tax return that I can still survive for a bit of time. So that's where we're at right now. $10 from Nate Dog, first time donating to any streamer. Love you, brother, and good luck with your future plans. Yo, Nate, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I got your donation virginity. It's all mine. Damn, just do PayPal donations not pop up? I sent you a dono. Oh shit, let me go check out which I don't have them set up on Streamlabs because I don't even know if you can set them up on Streamlabs, but I haven't set them up on Streamlabs, but I will go in and check. Oh, I appreciate it, buddy. Boop, boop. But yeah, I mean, oh, speaking of like the channel, I don't know. We've been getting some pretty good growth recently, honestly. It actually makes me pretty excited. It's not like a whole lot, but the neck to necks have severely just like increased everything on my channel. It's changed people's perspective of me. I've kind of went from, yeah, still negative to, but people see that I can actually interact with people without just like pushing forward an agenda. So the neck to neck videos have been absolutely knocking them out. Before my video view rates kind of like meandered on like a couple thousand, but the past few videos have been going pretty well. So in the past like 2 weeks, we've gotten like 300 subs, which is like amazing for me. When am I going to drop the twerking videos? You know what? I do have a fat ass, not even lying. They used to call me Big Booty. I don't know if I can twerk though. Ever read Detective Conan? I have not. I know Laz loves Detective Conan though. Yeah, Brandon, don't worry about it. I'm actually not that worried about it. I'm kind of someone that kind of like, I'm like a free spirit. I haven't really been like worrying about it that much. Like, if I was stressing about it, I would be like making a big deal out of it and I probably wouldn't be making videos. But honestly, I think something's gonna work out. No, I'm just kind of loose like that. So, like my asshole. So, it's not a big deal for me, man. Do I read other manga on Webtoons? Yeah, I read a bunch of manga. They got it. He got a big booty, so they call him Big Booty. You goddamn right. You should ask the people you do not connect with to tweet out your video. I don't think most of the fans are seeing it. No, most of the fans have been seeing it. A lot of the videos do fine, man. Like, honestly, a lot of the videos have been doing fine. Obviously, the ones that have a bigger audience pool do better, like the one with King is doing really well. That's to be expected. I mean, they've been doing fine. I have a few people that I have lined up that I want to line up for neck to necks. We'll see how that's going. 10K special incoming featuring Joy Boy. Actually, I had an idea for a 10K special. I got this idea because I think it was me, Brago, and Matt. We were in a stream, and someone asked for advice on how to grow their channel. And someone mentioned in the comments that they would love to see like a masterclass style video that helps people like get acclimated into the One Piece YouTuber environment. So I've been thinking about making a video that parodies Gordon Ramsay's masterclass video, where I give actual tips but with comedy lined up on how to like, just become a part of the community. What is my opinion on Tekken? Yo, Tekken is a great guy. I love Matt. It's weird because like I feel like I should only call Mugiwara Matt B Matt, but Tekken's name is also Matt. Maybe I'll call him Matthew. But Tekken's a great dude. I love Tekken. He's really killing it out here. Super successful. I wish for nothing but the best for Tekken because when Tekken wins, the community wins. Honestly. And Tekken's like a good guy. There aren't many people in the community that have this issue, except for maybe for Neverworld now, where there's like an ego thing preventing them from like just sitting down and talk about what they like. But I messaged Tekken to get him onto the neck, and he responded very fast, and he was totally down for it, despite not really knowing who I am, dude. Someone who's that down to earth and doesn't have a problem chilling out with other people, despite the fact that there are probably hundreds of people trying to use him for subs, that just speaks to him being real, and I respect that. Saw your comment to Sawyer. Hopefully he gets it. I just want to capture Sawyer so he can be a part of the neck to neck collection. It would be so awesome if I get Sawyer, but Maybe I can finally learn the identity of his secret lurking Twitter account. How's my day been going? The day's been going good. I did the live reaction. I did the review. Um, got some groceries, and here we are. Because like basically my day is comprised of wake up, get Snickers to stop annoying me, think of a video idea, try to make that video, and apply to jobs. I mean, like I'm trying to pump out videos as frequently as humanly possible. So to be honest though, like this is something that irritates me about YouTube. If you don't, I don't know how an MCN works, but like if you don't have an MCN and you're with AdSense, like you only get paid once a month between the 21st and the 26th. I wish it was more frequent, it was like an actual job where you got paid every 2 weeks, because it's all electronic anyway. I don't understand why the hell they don't do that. But yeah. Video idea: I want your view on the Katakuri Luffy fight from the physical aspect to the mental, and who won, as well as you could talk about Katakuri's growth slash ideological and Luffy's power growth. Actually, I know I've memed about this for the past, I don't know, year and a half about the Whole Cake Island review, but I was thinking about it today actually because I was thinking about video ideas. Is that if I want to do a Whole Cake Island review, I think I might do it in the form of like an audio essay where I just have it. It'd probably be super fucking long, but it's way easier to write a script and not do editing. So just to get my thoughts out there once and for all about everything, I might do a really long audio essay about Whole Cake Island and just like not edit it and just like put it up, because I gotta get it over with. What's up, Devontae? What am I gonna ask out JB? JB's already my bitch. He knows that. I have a harem. I got JB. Matt is. I think Matt I can officially call a part of my harem. You've been with Tekken since 50K? Okay, that is actually a feat. That must have been a long time ago, dude. Did I catch the fairy magic reference in the last chapter? Elbath magic, perhaps? I did not catch it. Neck to neck with Mr. Morge? Oh my god. I have had, literally, I'll show you guys. So, let me go here. Where is it? Here it is. I've had this thing ready to go from the 17th, but like, I had to get it past Mr. Morge, and then like, literally, I think we're gonna have to redo it because everything that Mr. Morge and me talked about literally needs to be talked about again because of the recent chapters, because it's a really, really out-of-date discussion. I think we need to revisit it, because most of this is comprised of Shanks, Elbath, and Big Mom in Wano. And I think we need to revisit this because I don't know what's changed since then.
Golden Epic!
Golden Epic? Yo, Witch, just do more straight discussion videos. That mini review was everything I like about a manga channel. I mean, I love discussing stuff, but like the thing with discussion channels is that you actually have to pick your topics and make them interesting, because this is something that I've recently, I've done this so much, and I think you guys can tell from the neck to necks, but almost every neck to neck eventually gets to some point where we just talk about Wano headcanon, and I feel like Wano headcanon has literally, by me, has been done to death, and I want to find something different to do. What about the girl harem? I have Hikari. She's my official One Piece waifu. Did I used to sub to Theory? Actually, I think I was sub to Theory, but I actually didn't know any of his theories. I knew him from BDA. I didn't know him from his actual channel. Video on my thoughts on One Piece arcs or other manga I like. Yeah, I was considering about doing a video about either two things, like book recommendations or like other manga that I personally enjoy, and I can like give off a few reasons as to why for each. We'll see. Sawyer is Yonko level. Jitsu ain't ready. Dude, I already got King of Lightning. I already got Tekking. Joyboy confirmed his spot to do a neck to neck eventually. I can get Brago whenever he's free. And me and Roger, I don't know what's happened or how this happened, but me and Roger have gotten pretty tight recently. No pause. So I feel like I could get Roger whenever he's available. It's completely within the realm of possibility. So I can get everyone, I think, except for Sawyer. And I think as of recently, I will be able to get Nux in one as well. Sawyer's the only asterisk because there's no way to contact him. Word, I ain't a part of your girl harem, Baka. That's right. How do you feel the community would react to not getting Elbaf? There would be rage. There would be rage of the highest order if we didn't get Elbaf. Usopp fans, and like there's like an Usopp fan 1 out of every 10 people, and if you're an Usopp fan, you are literally just like you have an irrational love for Usopp, and they will tear down the entire community with their wrath. Do a neck to neck with for Neverworld. I don't think Neverworld really fucks with One Piece anymore. I don't feel like it would be reasonable to get him for a neck to neck. He's kind of focused on whatever the hell he does now. Why is Sawyer so hard to contact? Because he doesn't have any social media sites that make it easier. Because the best way previously to contacting Sawyer was to message him using the YouTube messaging system. That the only person out of everyone that checked them was Sawyer, but that was like the best way to contact him. And they got rid of that with one of the recent updates. And the only way to contact Sawyer after that is to go to his Facebook page that he barely ever goes to and to try and hit him up. Which myself and Roger tried to do for the Reverie, but he didn't respond over the course of like a month. So it's hard to do, man. Sawyer is a rare one to catch. Have I checked out the Grand Line Reviews channel? I haven't checked them out, but I've seen them on my recommended. So do I think Sanji would ever pit grow the raid suit, so to speak? What does pit grow mean, Devil? Interview Uzumaki Khan before he retires? I think Uzumaki Khan's already retired from what I know. His personal life has gotten to the point where it's actually impossible for him to do anything with live reactions. Neck to neck with Lord Tai. I will get Tai eventually for the memes. $2 from Darth Spade. Thank you, Darth. Who's your favorite One Piece villain and why? As odd as it sounds, my favorite One Piece villains have always been Rob Lucci and Crocodile, and which sounds weird because I always harp on characters that I like being complex. And it's not like I hate characters that are really, really simple, which is what Crocodile and Lucci are, but I think they were very, very well executed criminals. Like, they were kind of like your stereotypical villain, where like they kind of just like, oh, I'm in the way, and I'm dark and evil because I'm dark and evil, Durka. But like Oda, the way he portrayed them was probably the best out of any villain in the series as far as my own personal enjoyment goes, and they were completely what I was looking for in like a One Piece villain. And also, Rob Lucci led to the arguably like the most emotional part of One Piece. Called that Corey. Hey Dritz, I found $20 on the ground today. You can have it. Yo, thanks for the donation, Codlack. I really appreciate it. I kind of feel like I swear to God, if Matt was watching me, he'd call me a hoe right now, because I have like people ask me about my personal life all the time, and like it obviously it's not going good. People are like, oh Dritz, we feel so bad for you. Here's money. I'm like, I don't really want to like be that kind of guy where I'm like, oh yeah, just oh my life sucks, give me money kind of thing. But I guess I'm a hoe. Guess I'm a hoe. Yo, Silvers, what's up, dog? Let's see here. Would I have preferred Sanji got a different power from the raid suit? No. Like I've said this before, Notch, but the power up Sanji gets, I don't actually care about. I care more about the character of Sanji than I do, however, how strong he is. Laz and Jit's handsome couple. Yeah, yo, me and Laz, we judge each other as Kun and San. Is Sunpatch 94 in hiatus? Yeah, she's got some real life stuff to do. I think it's either her job or school, something, one of those two. I don't really know Sunpatch that well personally. Yo, Dritz, do you think we'll be seeing any hybrid zone forms from the top tier characters of Wano? Do you think the fight will be too hard for the strats if those forms were used against them? It would be almost criminal if Kaido was defeated without using his hybrid form. Like, it's like a mandatory thing. Also, because the hybrid form is like, I mean, to be honest, it's probably the best form the Zoans have because most Zoans in their regular animal form, they don't usually look that good. NBA All-Star selections tonight. Yeah, I think I saw the teams. It was a complete meme for LeBron. I don't know what the hell LeBron's been doing lately, but I actually haven't been that much of a fan. Do a series about the psychology of the One Piece villains. I mean, I suppose I could do that, although I would have to think about a structure where I would be happy with that. Do you have a headcanon or ideas as Bonnie's connection to the world government? I mean, I have ideas, but I think they're actually somewhat founded, like, Bonnie being somewhat related in some regards to Kuma, the Sorbet Kingdom. I feel like that's a legitimate plotline. I noticed your channel has been growing a lot at a faster rate lately. Yeah, it's because the neck to necks and the basically mini Reverie stream have been popping off. So they've been doing good. Also, it just so happened that the last chapter, not 932, but 931, was a controversial chapter. So it just happened to correlate with me uploading a lot recently, and people probably also wanted to see what other people thought about the Big Mom amnesia thing. So I got more views than I normally did. Do I think Orochi has a devil fruit or a smile? I think he has a smile devil fruit personally. Yo, what's up, Kay? Yo, thanks for dropping by, Kay. I think people are realizing you bring up interesting discussions and have valid points in your arguments, not to mention you don't insult or yell at others who disagree with you. I mean, to be honest, Victor, if you just trigger me the right way, which is really, really easy because I'm actually very easy to trigger. I mean, you guys have seen it tons of times on Braga streams where I would just scream anyway. Like, if you get me to an argument with Ty, that it's over, you know? I mean, I'm not perfectly rational all the time, and I make a lot of mistakes, but I've been trying to learn for as much as it's worth. Which characters do you think are going to be developed in Wano aside from Zoro? Well, it depends. It depends what you mean by developed. Like, as in character change or just characterized, because there's a difference. But in answer to that, my best case scenario is I think that Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy will all go through some character development as a result of Wano, which I've been talking about recently. I've kind of been preaching to, Matt and Brago at this possibility because I really, really want it to happen because it would spark the love I have for One Piece again if I actually got to see some real development within them. Can I see a Buster Call situation happening in Wano to cause everyone to evacuate? Now, I don't think so because, like, I mean, as weird as it would say, I don't think a Buster Call is anywhere near powerful enough that it would matter that much because a Buster Call is what? It's a bunch of fleets and 10 vice captains or like 10 vice admirals. And vice admirals are overall just like, it's the biggest question mark in the series as to how strong they are. It would be much easier just to send a bunch of fleets headed by like 2 admirals or something. Then you would have a legitimate threat. What is my favorite type of devil fruit? You know, it's weird. For how many devil fruits there are in this series, I'm not like a giant fan of many of them. Like, there's not some that like stand out when I'm like, oh, this is amazing. But there are just like some elements that I'm predisposed to liking. Like, I love fire and I love wind, which is why I said that if Dragon is revealed to have a wind-related ability, that would automatically become my favorite in the series. Because other than that, Ace, although how generic fire is, I do love fire abilities. What state do I live in? Florida. I found you from King's Neck to Neck. Hey, yo. Yo, Piccolo. Yo, King, help me out with that clout. Who will Kyosho hit the Shogun, or is he going to protect Kimurasaki? Shout out, Jutsu. What's up, Do Anime Saga? It depends on how serious you think this altercation is going to get. Like, I don't think Kimurasaki is in any danger, but I'm not sure if Kyosho is going to reveal his cards and switch against the Shogun right now. Invite Matt Afton, build a crew like Brago, and it will help your channel grow more. Yeah, the thing is, though, about that, the Doctor, is that my crew is also Brago's crew, and I don't want to copy Brago. Like, all my discussions are basically BDA 2.0 because I really like the people that I talk to with Brago and them. Those are my guys. Ride or die with them. So, do I think Sanji and Zoro will 2v1 a commander or solo commander? Do they need to for the story to progress? Depends on what happens. This question would be a lot easier to answer if Oda, prior to coming to Wano, had actually taken the time to establish how strong Zoro and Sanji actually were, which he has done with neither of them. So, it's hard to say. Because, I mean, if you want to be honest, if you go back to Enies Lobby, none of that shit made sense with Zoro and Sanji in terms of how they managed to up their strength to be able to fight. So I think Robin used another clone to rescue Toko, and do you think Nami and Shinobu will rescue Kimurasaki, thus allowing the female characters to shine? Well, I don't know if that is actually going to, like, what depends is, like, I don't, in the larger scheme of things, given Orochi's character, I mean, I'll take Nami doing something relative there, but if Orochi is just, like, a gag, then it kind of establishes to me, it's like, this is probably as good as it's going to get. But I don't think Robin used another clone. I think this is the real Robin. I have no reason to believe it's a clone as of right now. And do I think Nami will help? Yeah, I think Nami, to some degree, will help. Yeah. Does Dustin's clueless negativity trigger me? Nah, not really. Just can you get Theory to a neck to neck? Yeah, I think I could probably get Theory to a neck to neck. Yeah, I think Theory likes me. Also, I just skipped like 100 comments, so I will start down from the bottom. Hello. What am I going to plan for the 10K subscribers? As of right now, a masterclass on how to be a One Piece YouTuber. As of right now. So many reactors now. Good fun, really. Yeah, well, I don't know if there's really that many new reactors, or it's just like a new age, like it's like the worst generation of actors, where it's like they just replace people like Khan's gone by the wayside. He doesn't react anymore. A lot of the old reactors that kind of put up their cleats, they aren't as notable anymore in the One Piece community, or they've caught up, you know. People, you'll find this often. People prefer watching people react to the earlier halves of One Piece rather than the post-time skip, because the pre-time skip is way better. So whenever new reactors start watching One Piece from the beginning, people automatically check out that channel because the pre-time skip is where it's at. Outside of like the few hype moments in the post-time skip, like Luffy using Conqueror's Haki or Gear 4th or things like that, Law, all of that jazz. Do I think any of the Beast Pirates will show off Awakening? Maybe the first commanders. I don't really have any confidence in people below, like the most important people, like, because there was no proof that Cracker had Awakening, and he's a third commander. Maybe the other zones like Jack have Awakening. It would be nice if he did, but I hope Awakening with zones gets expanded upon more than just like I have infinite durability kind of thing. Maybe neck to neck with yourself in the same manner as Jordan Peterson versus Peter Jordison. Yo, what if I could get Jordan Peterson into a conversation? What about doing a weekly roast debunk of popular cancerous theories? I don't know. It's like those would be really, really short videos because oftentimes the most cancerous theories can be debunked almost immediately because there's like an inherent flaw with their logic. Do you ever rage as much as something like Roger did on Big Mom's Amnesia? Yeah, check out Brago's Whole Kick Island Sucks video, basically. That's just me ranting for an hour when I didn't know I was being recorded, explaining how pissed off I was about Whole Kick Island. That video got like a shit ton of attention, a billion comments, and a bunch of, that's literally where Dritz, that's where like fuck you Dritz mentality came from. Before that time, I was like, oh, Dritz is just a negative downer, but after that, it became fuck you Dritz. Make a Berserk. No, recently, honestly, Sanato, I've been really wanting to make a Berserk video, but I have to figure out what I would want to make a Berserk video on because I still don't think I'm knowledgeable enough about Berserk to be able to talk about it so casually. Like I am with One Piece, where like I know a lot of the finer details. It's just like I've been looking at it so much that it's built into my mind. I think to be able to make Berserk videos, and this is like from my learning progress, I think I need to watch a lot of Berserk analysis videos, and I also need to go onto the forums just to see about everything and like read mirror interviews and stuff like that. It actually takes a lot of work. Why don't I talk Usopp? Well, I suppose the main reason I don't really talk Usopp is one, I've been trying to, for the longest period of time, I've been trying to build up a theory I've had about Usopp that like, it's honestly not that good. Like I made my Usopp Loki theory on JB's channel, which was a fine theory at the time. Now it's not, because Katarina Devon kind of fucked that idea up. But I don't know, it's like Usopp, it's really hard to make new interesting theories about Usopp, especially when he's been out of the plot for like God knows how long. Here's a tough question. Would you prefer Emu would I prefer Emu to be around the same level as the other top tiers, or go to typical anime route and be so powerful that he can one-shot other top tiers like Amos? Oh, the first option, most definitely, because one, it's way easier to manage with, because if you make someone so powerful that they can one-shot top tiers, you get the Madara Uchiha problem, where you make a villain so strong that you can't logically defeat them, and it kind of ruins the structure of whatever arc you're in, because you have to fabricate such large extremes that it kind of just ruins everything. And that's what happened with the last, Ninja War, and that's why Naruto has kind of become a meme after its ending. What is the last anime episode I watched? The last anime episode, you didn't specify which series. The last anime episode I watched was the second episode of Rising Shield Hero. I've skipped the third and fourth. I think this maybe the fifth one's out, because I read up and caught up on the manga, and the manga is so much better. It's not even funny. I've been wanting to ask this. Why do I dislike Gear 5 because of his reaching theories? No, it's like I kind of meme me disliking Gear 5 because it's like a joke between me and Brago. But it's like with the Gear 5s and the Black Lake Vinsmokes, I don't know, with like those ideas, it's kind of hard for me to take them seriously because I don't really know the inner logic of what the hell they even believe. Because like even one of my good friends, because I love him, Flying Panda, it's kind of hard because like I don't know where Flying Panda, Gear 5, and Black Lake Vinsmoke stand in the terms of their own inner logic, or if they just see an idea and they automatically just make a video about it because it's like a cool idea. Like usually I only make theories if I believe in them or if I think they're valuable enough to be worth talking about. Whereas with Gear 5, Black Lake Vinsmoke, and Flying Panda, because they only do theories and don't do discussions and things like that, it's kind of really hard for me to kind of just like place where they are, Like, do they believe every theory they put out, even if other theories they do contradict things they've done in the future? It's kind of hard, man. Honestly, mate. But I think Usopp has the same growth potential with the Monster Trio.
Golden epic!
Well, if you take Oda's statements as fact, I think he has a pretty good growth rate, but like I would temper my expectations because I don't know if Oda's going to abandon Usopp's character for the sake of growth. Just I remember you saying Whole Cake Island was only okay. Now I dislike it. Yeah, I hate the arc now. With a burning passion. Video idea: make post time skip arcs better. What would you change? You have to maintain story continuity throughout. Oh my god, I would love to do that unsupervised, but literally, I don't know if I'm ready for the community backlash for that. Because even though I don't care, it's like I would have to go through so much effort for people just to call me a bitch. Is it worth it? I don't know. Oda has already done that with the Yonko though. Yeah, but you're kind of right, Devil. We'll see what happens with this arc, but imagine how bad that would be with the final villain of the series. My biggest fear in One Piece, above all else, is that One Piece is going to go out like Bleach and Naruto, which would ruin the entire series. All of Oda's hard work he would fuck up because of just bad decision making. I would hate that. Do I read Sweet Home? Hell yeah, every week. Weekly. Sweet Home's my shit. $20 from Lothar. Jesus Christ. I'm a tip and dip, can't stay and watch. Yo, thanks for the $20, Lothar. You always out here helping the fam. But I think Gear 5 has good theories. Here's the thing. I don't think Gear 5 has bad theories, to be honest. It depends on which ones. I mean, of course he has some bad theories because of the nature of like what his type of theorist does, but there have been some good ones in there I've seen. What is my favorite East Blue arc? I mean, my favorite East Blue arc would be my third favorite arc in the series, and that would be Arlong Park. My least favorite is Syrup Village. Also, for something is like because Gear 5 and them do text theories, like I wish they would just rationalize their ideas more because all their videos are like 4 minutes long and you can't have a good idea without rationalizing and counter arguing things that would make your theory null and void. I feel like good theorists always have to counter argue things that would actually take their theory down and not ignore them. But if you ignore it, it makes the videos a lot easier to do. They're a lot more replicable. Have I read the manga Pandora Hearts? I think I've actually read a little bit of Pandora Hearts. I remember reading that because is Pandora Hearts slightly ecchi? I was probably looking up some ecchi stuff.
Whoa, legendary.
Yo, $10 from Notch Scotch. Got my tax return, so happy New Year, I guess. Yo, thanks for the $10, Notch. I appreciate it. It's your first time being here. Where's the anime fan talk neck? I want to get Frank in a neck to neck because me and Frank, anime fan talk apparently likes me. So I actually want to get a neck to neck. Particularly, I want anime fan talk to talk about his experiences in the community and how he feels about it. Because just like how recently not Gear 5, but Alpha Too Late went on stuff trying to clarify his name. I think Anime Fan Talk deserves the same opportunity to talk about how what has happened to him in the community has kind of affected him, or his thoughts on that. Because he's a good guy deep down inside. He says some ridiculous stuff sometimes, but he's a good guy. What about what if videos? I personally don't like what if videos because it's like if I want to do a what if video, I would just do fan fiction. Have I read Molester Man? No. Turn my channel to a gaming channel, only play Smite. Smite is a dying game and doesn't get views. I love Smite, but Smite is not the future. High Res completely ruined that game and for the sake of just short-term money, they've ruined that game with corporate greed. Yo, what's up, Raphael? People might call you a bitch, but 10K subs tells me you're a G. And honestly, I should have way more subs by now, but whenever I took that 6-month rage hiatus during Whole Cake Island, that really hurt my channel growth. Can I do a neck with... Actually, wait, I should probably start writing down these fucking video ideas, huh? I guess I should just do neck to neck. What we got here? We got King Recon, AFT, Nox Taku. I get Roger eventually. Want to get Brago, JB. Theory. I think that was one. Theory. Anyone else? I forget. Was the requirements to be a guest on the neck? I mean, there's really no requirements. It's you can just be on one if you want to. But obviously, I'm going to prioritize higher placed people that are closer to me in terms of getting them done. Yo, I love Smite. Don't hate me, but I'm a Loki main. You're a Loki main. A Loki main? Oh! Nate, why? Loki mains. What fight do I think is the biggest bullshit in the series? I mean, there's only two options. It's either Crocodile or Katakuri.
Golden rare.
In my immediate mind. I mean, maybe other ones, but that's what I'm thinking of right now. What's up, Tyler? Who's up next? I don't know. Yeah, like I have to actually contact these people. They're not already in. $5 from Piccolo. Favorite Yonko? Favorite Yonko would be Shanks. Shanks. Much like everyone's favorite Yonko, my favorite Yonko is Shanks. Although it could be Blackbeard eventually, depending upon what Oda does with them. Hemmings. Oh, that's right. I have one with. I have to do one with Hemmings. Oh, another one is Christian from the Red Force podcast. I promised him I'd do one a long time ago. Lazarus is a shoo-in. Frankie, I done one with Frankie. Oh, that's right. Taekwon. I could probably do a Frankie another one if he wants to do another one. But I was more just like thinking like new people. Have I read I Love You, The God of High School? I have read part of I Love You, but I didn't finish it. And I read half of The God of High School, but I dropped it at a certain point because I didn't really like where it was going. But that was years and years ago, so take with that what you will. You should invite a peasant to neck to neck with once a month. I mean, I've done a fair amount of neck to necks with just like random people that aren't really well known. Sent me a PNG of my new hairstyle. Okay, I'll do it. Why the hate? Why the hate? What, Ryan? Favorite supernova? Not including Straw Hats. Law. The best guy ever? I don't know the best guy ever. I don't think he's really like a One Piece dude. Like One Piece community kind of guy. Do one with the Joroshe? Now that would be a hard one. I don't even... is the Joroshe still up to date with stuff? I don't know. Oh, Zoro Fanboy maybe? I could do one with Zoro Fanboy. I don't really know Zoro Fanboy that well. That might be a good one. Do I think Wano will turn out better than Whole Cake Island? Well, it better. Go on Devil Egg? I could do one with Devil Egg. Devil Egg. I could do one with Virgo if he fixes that trash-ass mic. Trash-ass mic. Red Hair Ragnar. I want to do one. I've been trying to do one with him, but he needs to fix that god-awful mic of his. It literally made... Because we were recording one 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and the mic was literally impossible. It was just echoing the entire time. I was like, we have to do this some other time. Too spooky. I could probably get too spooky on. I think too spooky. I have a theory about Nux, but we'll see about too spooky. I have a theory about Nux that I think might be a good one. I should talk to some reactors. Devontae, I don't think that's a good idea because the last thing I would ever want to do is inadvertently spoil a reactor because that's the thing they're trying to avoid the most. That's why Con and all of these other live reactors can't talk to One Piece manga people because we might unintentionally spoil something that they had no idea about. Best guy ever does weekly One Piece podcast. Yeah, he does One Piece podcast, but is he like all of these other people are loosely connected? I'll put him on here, but that's not someone I'm confident in getting. Greg? No, fuck Greg. I'm in the consideration. Yeah, you're my friend, Devil. Morge. Oh yeah, I have to get Morge again. I mean, I technically have him, but we need to talk again. Would you be open to doing neck to next with two people at once if they make content as a group? Yeah, I would be. Silver's 2.0. Yeah, I think Silver's needs to redeem himself. Legend Mac, I don't know if how up to date. I never see Legend Mac around anymore. He just like makes video for ad revenue, I think. Which he should be doing. Shouts to my boy. Penis Man, I've heard I know he's made that Seneto, but I have no clue what it's about. Elizabeth Scafie. Oh, I've never even heard of this person. I've never even heard of anyone mention this person before. How small of a channel does she have? Or am I just ignorant? Get Kishimoto? God damn it. Co-provider, as we know him, is dead. Crafts dwarf? Crafts. I don't necessarily think he's a One Piece person, but he does know One Piece, so we might be able to talk about something. Marco. Oh, Marco. Marco's so busy though. He's all the time thing. Marco, that might be a rough one. Marco would love to do one with me, I know, because he's my boy, but that would be a hard one. Arter. He doesn't have, he needs Mike. I think last time he didn't have one. So how strong is Dritz? Quietly Loud? Ale? Yeah, those are my guys. I would do them. Quietly. Chibi. I would love... Chibi's so busy, but I would love to get Chibi on. How about Sawyer? I mean, I want Sawyer on, but honestly, it's... I don't need another chance. I was the OG. I mean, Eric, you'll probably be on eventually at some point again. $5 from Akainu. Thank you, buddy. Do you have any predictions on the outcome of the Reverie, and will we see it kind of run into Wano? Love your work, bro. Keep it the fire content. Yo, thanks, Akainu. Magma-kun. Praise Magma-kun. Predictions on the outcome of Reverie. I think the outcome of Reverie, I mean, I've kind of gone over my grand narrative headcanon and a lot of the neck-to-necks with probably about 4 or 5 people because it was kind of running my thoughts towards how I thought Wano was going to go prior to Big Mom showing up. But, I mean... I'll go over the things that's not so obvious, but I feel like everything that's going to lead from Reverie is going to affect the entire world, and it will coincide with the big world-changing event, which is Wano. Because I agree with Matt when he said this, is that Marineford was the end of the pre-time skip. Uh, Wano will be the end of the post-time skip as we know it, and it will accelerate things to the degree where I think we're going to enter into the end game of One Piece. Some patch is MIA right now. Some patch has got some real life stuff, so I think I'd be able to do it with some patch. Oh, I could probably do one with Sage. Apparently, Sage watches and likes my content, and I know people like Sage, so I might be able to do Sage. But I think Luffy will eat another additional devil fruit. No, I don't think so. What about Ron Myaku Jotun? I don't think I've heard of this guy before. Has he been around for a while? Neck to neck with Oda, you have no idea. At what point do I think Luffy will become Yonko level? Well, now that Big Mom's in Wano, I have no fucking clue. Luffy might not become Yonko level until one, if he actually fights Shanks, or two, whenever he fights Blackbeard, because he won't be Yonko level because he won't be able to beat Kaido by himself in this arc, and I don't think if he can't beat Kaido by himself in this arc, he'll be able to beat Big Mom by himself in this arc. Because I always thought that Luffy would go from like roughly first mate or a little bit above that level right now to like close to Admiral level, or like roughly in that area, maybe a little bit below that. After Wano, and then he would actually 1v1 a Yonko, and then he would be Yonko level, and then he would like be able to take steps further after that. But as of right now, I don't fucking know. Honestly, it's so complicated at this point in time with the Big Mom shit. Because as much as I would hate it, the most logical thing is that Big Mom gets Shrek'd in Wano for me right now. Yonko? Yeah, I think Yonko hates me, but I might be able to get him in. I think Anel will come back in the plot. Yeah, for sure. Anel will come back into the plot, but I don't think he's going to play as big of a role as people assume he's going to. He's on Sage or 50% Madison. I I don't know Madison, but is she still active? I thought last time I heard, I thought she was taking like a hiatus, or is that wrong? Where is Oda going to take Pudding and Katakuri's character at this point? Well, I don't think he's taking Katakuri's character anyway. I think Katakuri will basically just he'll be a Law 2.0 where he'll just be on Luffy's dick for the rest of the series. At a certain point, especially after Big Mom goes. Now Pudding is probably the only character Oda can actually add those two that he can take somewhere, because she still has unresolved plot lines when it comes to Sanji. If the Big Mom everything is resolved in Wano, then I expect Oda to kind of tie the knot whenever it comes to Pudding and Sanji, which would be interesting because like I thought he would wait longer because why not solve it in Whole Cake Island and then get it done here, but whatever. The thing I would prefer, though, this is an idea I was talking to Joy Boy about the other night, is I would really like it if with Katakuri and Pudding that Oda actually tackled their feelings towards Big Mom and have that be something that is settled with by the end of Wano if Big Mom is supposed to go down in Wano. Because I plan on talking about this at some point in time, but I feel like Pudding and Katakuri's gripes with Big Mom are completely unjustified. Who do I think will fight Akainu at this point in time? Sabo. Sabo! Grand Line review. I'll put him down, baby. Grand Line review. Zypher. Oh, yeah, I can get Zypher. Jesus Christ, look at all these fucking neck to necks. Jesus, goddamn Christ, my voice is gonna be dead. Just scrolling through the contents. I'll catch up at some point in time. For Neverworld, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull for Never. Why does Yonko hate you? That's not something I'm willing to go into. It's private. She came back from hiatus. Oh, okay. Not hiatus. Video about why Kyoshiro is the best character in Wano. That would be a short video because there aren't that many good characters in Wano. I think it's plausible that the Shogun is defeated first, and then after that, Kaido. Yeah, I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing to at least propose. Yeah. Do you even enjoy life? Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty carefree guy. I don't live my life just like, oh, fuck, my fucking mouse didn't work right. Fuck this shit. I'm going to call the company and complain. I'm a really, really, really laid back guy. Sawyer, he's the rare Pokemon. Only if Sawyer accepts it or sees it will I be able to get Sawyer. These other people I can at least contact reliably. Sawyer's like fucking impossible. Dredge versus Ty, that will be the meme of the century. Sunpatch, if Sunpatch comes back from a hiatus, I will try to hit Sunpatch up at some point in time. Do I think Shirahoshi will learn to use and control her ability for a future arc? I don't know about, I mean, for the final war, if you want to count that, then yeah. Do I live on my own? No, I live with my roommates. How strong is Odin? Weaker than Rayleigh and weaker than Scopper Gabon. Roger, yeah, Roger's here. Roger's my boy. I can get Roger. Wait, is Roger here? Yeah, Roger. Dritz, what do I think about Ty? Honestly, I like Ty, but he drives me fucking crazy, dude. Ty drives me absolutely insane, but I can't help it. Like, Ty's actually a really likable guy, but Jesus Christ, can he get on your nerves? Neck to neck with Super Mecha Frieza. Isn't that the live reactor chick? I can't do a neck to neck with someone who's live reacting to the anime who doesn't understand the series that well. But I think Momo gets a fight in Wano. Not against anyone that's strong or anything, but he might get a moment of shining. I'm not expecting him to like have a super whatever. Am I a university? No, I'm a university graduate. I think Zoro's backstory will be fleshed out in Wano. Maybe. I can't say I'm confident. I think there's going to be a Ryuma plotline. That's as close as we're going to get. What about Froob? I've had Froob on before. Froob's my dog. Froob is actually me. Shade on Super Mecha Frieza? No, that's not shade at all. How's that shade? Listen, this is just a matter of facts. People who are watching the anime will not and cannot have a full understanding of the series because they don't have access to the information that manga readers do, especially people who are doing things weekly because they have access to data books, Viva cards, interviews, secret information that these people could never know, things that actually happen within the canon material that never happened in the manga. You don't get this kind of knowledge and experience by watching the anime. It's just not possible. It's not their fault. It's just that's the result. Like, I'm not expecting too much from people who only watch the anime. Their understanding is going to be meek in comparison to someone who reads the manga and does everything about it. It's not their fault, but that's the difference between people who are obsessed with the series. Weaker than Scopper? Nah, Scopper, basically, it's for me, it's like confirmed. Scopper was the third strongest in the crew. There's no way Odin's stronger than Scopper. I don't think so. Especially since Scopper hasn't been introduced yet. What do I think Big Mom is going to do when she finds out what she did to Mother Carmel? It depends on when and where she finds out. That's the big question, isn't it? Is it Wano? Is it somewhere else? If as I said, there's a very high possibility Big Mom goes down in Wano as of right now. Favorite Oro Jackson theorist? Vandenrijk's a good one. Dave is, I think, one of my favorites, and Master D. Those are three people that I really liked. Looking at this list, there are way more One Piece community members than I thought. Yeah, and there's more as well. One Piece community is actually fairly big. Only a few people can grow up to be big, though. My non-poster is moving. Yeah, that's because I have the fan on. It's a little hot right now. Biggest criticism of Zoro's character, or should I say lack thereof? It's the criticism I have of Zoro is the same criticism I have for essentially all of the Straw Hats, is that they are incredibly stagnant characters. And also Zoro is just basically just playing a fool's errand at being Mihawk. Like, Zoro is so underutilized. He was so much better in the pre-time skip. I'm not even sure if Scopper is showing up anymore at this point. Oda did say in one of the data books that later on, at some point in time, Scopper Gabon would show up. Greetings from Sweden. Yo, Elmi. What's Sweden like? Yo, greetings from Medellin, Antioquia. What is that? Is that supposed to be Antigua? Neck to neck with Young. I should do a video on the ramifications of Wano's borders being opened. That would be a long video, because to justify my thoughts on the Wano's borders being opened, I would basically have to go through every possible scenario that would lead up to that. That would basically just be my Wano headcanon 101. Well, that'd be a good video to do, actually. But is Scopper showing up at the present time or just in a flashback and shit? Whenever you make statements like, I think Scopper's going to show up, I feel like it's kind of a given that he's going to show up in the present timeline as opposed to a flashback. Because then you just say, I think Roger's going to show up too, some point in time. Thoughts on Zoro fighting Smoothie? Zoro deserves better than fighting that incompetent buffoon. You're back with spicy noodles. Ooh. Who on this list would you like to see succeed / deserves on this list succeed earn more subs? Well, I'm going to do with the people who have less subs, because That would be the best thing to do. I want Laz. I wish Laz had more subs. Shouts to Laz. Shouts to the Red Force podcast. They deserve more subs for what they do. I wish they did their show more frequently though. Start from the bottom. Zypher, he puts in a lot of work and he has incredible passion for what he does. Wish he had more subs. Actually, no, I think Cheapy's in a good place. Marco doesn't really upload consistently, so I don't really feel bad for him not having as many subs as perhaps his work would say. When was the last time Craftsman uploaded? Crafts Dwarf. Boop, 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 boop. I'm subscribed and I haven't even noticed. When was the last time I uploaded? 1 month ago? Oh, I watched this. I remember that. Okay. I remember watching that. Red Hair Ragnar. Given enough time, maybe not right now, but once he starts putting in work, he'll deserve more. But he needs to kind of earn his stripes. Zoro fanboy and the Jorge aren't the same as they once were, so I don't know if they deserve more subs because I don't think they're actively trying to actually increase their subs. Laz is putting in work though. Ty deserves more Duel Link subs. Hemmings actually does good work. Hemmings does good work. Same with King Recon. King Recon is really, really passionate. AFT doesn't make videos anymore. And a lot of these other people are actually fairly well off. No, Marco doesn't upload anime clips. That is Marco the Phoenix who uploads anime clips, not Marco the Theorist. Greetings from Wakanda. Do I want to see the Big Mom Pirates and Wano close? Oh, I don't know. Do I? Depends on the circumstance. So was the last theory vid about the third leader of Zoe? I mean, no, I've had plenty of theories since that point in time, but that was one of my better theories, I think. What about Flying Panda? Oh, yeah, Flying Panda. What, Panda? We'll see. The Flying Panda has a strict schedule because apparently he's always flying in and out of the country. And, what I don't know if he lives in the UK. Somewhere in the UK. Will I ever give Black Clover a chance? Oh, I don't know. Realistically, probably not. I can't ever see myself giving Black Clover a chance unless I came under a different. Unless I said, "Oh, why not? I'll try it out." Honestly, it's just like me in Japanese shonen. I don't know. I feel like I need to give him a break. When's the eye patch pirate going to take the scenes? Little do we know it was Luffy all along. He's going to lose his eye just like Shanks. What about me? Devil, like, you don't even care about subs, so it's not a priority for you. $5 from Akainu. Magma-kun. Got a dip, I'll give you 5 on the way out. Praise the holy Magma-kun and the goddess Nami. Yo, that's just absolute facts right there. Do I honestly care about the Straw Hats versus the Blackbeard Pirates? Aside from Luffy Blackbeard, there really isn't any. Yeah, no. The only person I could possibly care about, I care about Luffy versus Blackbeard. I care about that. I care about Nami versus Katarina Devon because it's a Nami fight, obviously, and I feel like Katarina Devon, if my headcanon goes as I think it might or could, Katarina Devon might have a deeper connection to Nami than meets the eye. Shiryu versus Zoro is kind of like meh. Whatever. I don't really care about Shiryu versus Zoryu against Zoryu against Zoro. in the context of it training Zoro to fight Mihawk. Get Swag Kage, discuss One Piece versus Naruto. I don't know nearly enough about Naruto to do a versus against it. Because that guy would destroy me on Naruto stuff. Getting the love for Silvers, I'm being hurt. Well, people on this list, Silvers, never said people in the community. They said people on this list. How do comic books compare to manga, in my opinion? I don't know if I can actually answer that question, GJG, because I'm not a big comic guy, so I don't know. Do I think a stronger Smoothie or Hancock? As much as I hate to say it, I think Smoothie's probably stronger because I haven't been given enough reason to put Hancock over. 23 today, feeling old. Yo, happy birthday, Eric. Yo, was that £5 from Dutchland? Or Dutch Lad. Do you think we will see all the Shroud's dreams come true before the end of the final war / end of the series? Great content, by the way. Yo, thanks. Before the end of the final war / end of the series. Oh yeah, all of them will come true. That's a fact. Tell them Silvers. I don't know. Even if Black Clover isn't that bad, it's just like, my personal interests kind of lie towards more sated stuff. Or slightly romantic stuff, because I'm weird like that. Nami fights are the worst. Actually, Nami's had some of the better fights. Nami versus Doublefinger was a really good fight. Nami versus Khalifa was a good fight, and then whenever Chopper interrupted, it was kind of lame. But a lot of the Straw Hats fights are pretty lame, to be honest. But I remember the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. This is the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny. Yeah, everyone used to rock that back in middle school, dude. That was the shit. Let me see here. If I haven't read Chainsaw Man, it's pretty good. That's from a guy worn out from most manga. Maybe I'll give it a little check. I used to fucking hate you, but now that I know you, you are okay. Yo, thanks, Eric. Really appreciate it. Yo, that's how most people start out, Eric, to be honest. I knew you guys didn't like me. So, we're good now. You're kind of my dog, Eric, not gonna lie. You get the pass. Lothar again. Much love to my boy Silvers. Also give Black Clover a shot. Oh, then I have to give it a shot. The shot's to Silvers, so that's my dog. Did I start Gantz yet? I haven't started any manga recently, actually. I've just been rereading Berserk. Because I like Berserk. Rent due. Yo, Piccolo with the $5. Thanks, Piccolo.
Epic.
I love Jits from the beginning. You know, there was one person who actually loved me from the beginning. It was within my first 5 subscribers. Vic. Vic's not around that much anymore. But he was a G. He helped me get better with the content of and quality of my videos. I will forever be in his debt. Because he really just wanted me to get better. Even whenever I was at my lowest and everything I did was absolutely awful. And if you compare the things I was doing back then to what people are doing now, you would never believe that I got to where I am now. It's all because of Vic. Vic, best boy. I honestly don't think Elbaf really needs to happen. So far, it's only meant for Usopp, which isn't enough reason as Luffy is the main character, and every arc revolves around him. Well, it's not like everything in Elbaf is going to revolve around Usopp. It's that there's going to be an Usopp kind of plot in Elbaf, just like how there was a Vince Smoke one Sanji and Whole Cake Island. There'll probably be a Ryuma one or some sword thing related to Zoro, that kind of thing. But like the overarching arc is obviously going to involve Luffy. But I mean, there's definitely going to be something related to Elbaf and Usopp for sure. If not, then I'd be absolutely shocked. What's the first anime I remember watching? Pokemon? Pokemon, then Dragon Ball Z. How can you not like Jits? Oh, it's very easy. Very easy, in fact. You skipped to give Black Clover a shot. This guy. No, I read your thing out loud. Just like, oh, then I have to actually give it a shot, and oh, then I have to commit to reading something. I don't know. Maybe I will. I got Gantz and Black Clover now that I got to commit to. Come on. Any Berserk end of story theory strits? Yeah, I have a few actually. Although they're kind of like those like meta. I'm not like a genius when it comes to Berserk, so I haven't like looked at all the panels and done all the research kind of stuff. Just fun fact, I bought your channel because of a shipping video. This was before you even joined the B-Day community. Really? That's surprising. Shipping video of what? I want your merchandise when. I don't have the ability to have merchandise yet. Maybe if I ever actually get big, we'll see. If I ever get a MCN, I don't know how you get an MCN, but if I ever got an MCN, I may be able to do something then. If I also got an MCN, I'd also be able to make money off of my ads, because without having an MCN, you make significantly less money off of your ads. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know. That's what King of Lightning and Roger made it sound like. Does JB still believe the Trader of Zoe theory? Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's no reason to not believe it still. Nothing's debunked it yet. What are some of my favorite non-manga books? This is probably my favorite. If you even include manga, it's like probably, I think I like Berserk more. Yeah, I like Berserk more, but second would be the Stormlight Archive. I love the Stormlight Archive. Brandon Sanderson is a god. I love Terry Brooks. I love R.A. Salvatore. Those are my boys. $5 from Christian Romano. I kind of wanted to say Christian Ronaldo, even though I don't do football like that, but thanks for the $5, Christian. No question. Do I read One Punch Man? I haven't read the past, like, I don't know, 6 chapters, but I have read One Punch Man. I'm caught up on One's work. What characters am I hyped about being in Jump Force? I mean, the full roster has been leaked, right? I mean, I don't really care to begin with, because me in fighting games that aren't Smash, I don't really care about, because, I don't know, me in fighting games is just like, eh. Especially anime fighting games, because those tend to be the worst. I used to hate you, now I ironically hate you, but in a good way. We striving to get better. One day it will turn into something else. I don't know what it will be after that, but do a talk or discussion with Berserk about other people. I don't know if there's still active Berserk people, because it's been on hiatus for so long. Best porn star? That's subjective. I agree, but for those arcs, there have always been a reason to go to those islands. But as far as you know, there isn't a reason to go for that other than the character development for Usopp. Fourth Road Poneglyph. So, like, if Elbaf is the place we're going to go, then the Fourth Road Poneglyph that has been lost, I feel like that's probably a pretty good place to put it. Plus, it kind of makes sense with the lore. You would go with, like, Norse mythology. You like my Gloria Borger reference? Oh, yeah, Gloria Borger. No, I think PewDiePie actually has some pretty good videos, despite a lot of his videos just like he knows, like it's quite obvious when he makes his videos that he just like He's basically just doing it for the money. But he does have some pretty good videos, actually. What about Neck with Stebo? No, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell Stebo even thinks about what the hell is going on in One Piece right now. I don't know. Stebo needs to be more active. I do like you, but it's not a Braga if I don't spam Jits the Drag down. Listen, that doesn't even make me mad. I actually like my epithet of being Jits the Drag down. I think it's actually hilarious. King K. Rool opinions. I am King K. Rool, as in Smash. I mean, he's a fine character. I mean, he's not OP whatsoever. At least, I mean, I'm not amazing at Smash. I'm basically like a noob. But I know on the competitive level, King K. Rool is not a good character. He's like, he's one of the better heavies, but he's still just like, he's not top tier. Do you want a review show? Oh, I need to sit down with Review Show to talk about the Stormlight Archive as well, because he's been reading that. Yeah. Actually, I can probably get this thing out of my ear. I'm not listening to anything anyway. Fucking broke my headset. Just the thing I hate the most about Wano so far is how easily the Straw Hats got into Wano, despite it being portrayed as almost impossible to get into. Would you agree? Oh, I don't know anymore. It's like, in a world where that kind of thing mattered in One Piece, I might agree. But much like how navigating in One Piece doesn't matter one lick outside of it being relative to like the immediate plot the Straw Hats are in, like navigation in One Piece doesn't matter. We're shit. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. I do think it was kind of like lame though. I'll be on record. I do think the way they entered Wano was kind of lame. It's like, they're missing the best, greatest helmsman of all time. They get swallowed by, this. The ship was already damaged, and then it wasn't even hurt anymore, and boom, there they are. I think I'm the lurking legend in the community. Maybe. Your shout outs to Vic Mignogna, that one American voice actor that no longer has a job because he's been touching women. Shout outs to him. Do I think the Florian Triangle mystery will ever come back into play? I want to say yeah, but the way that was left off and the fact that we know that Lola is safe in another town. Didn't she show up in Water 7 or something? In one of the cover stories? That just might be one of those things that just is just a mystery. That was supposed to be fun at the time. So just can you check the Mamwa Red Storm? I don't know if I'm gonna remember that. I have to write that down. I'll make a section for notes. Notes. Red Storm. Zoro Fanboy's on here. Have I ever read Robert Jordan? I have not read any of the Wheel of Time stuff. I have heard the Wheel of Time's pretty good though. Do you mean the style in which something is portrayed when you say technique? It depends on the context. I'm using technique. What way did I say it then? I forget. I'm forgetful. Dude, nah, King K. Rool dumb powerful. He is not that powerful, honestly. A lot of the better characters in the game are just better than him. Donkey Kong's better than King K. Rool. Donkey Kong is the best heavy for sure. I think Ganondorf's probably better than King K. Rool. You could argue otherwise. And then like almost there are a crap ton of small characters that are better than him. Ike's better than him. Just would this Big Mom situation be a perfect time for pudding, or is it for Chopper only? I mean, why not both? It depends on where Oda wants to take it, honestly. I wouldn't say it's a perfect moment for either until I actually know where Oda's going with the Big Mom thing. But if you're going to assume the worst case scenario, then I don't know if any of it matters. when I reach 100K subs, I guess I can say I was one of your first subs. I don't think there will ever be a point in time where someone like me can ever get 100K subs in the community. Just off of One Piece. I don't think it's actually possible. I think it's impossible. I don't think my personality would yield well to a large variety of people. It's just, I don't have that kind of personality, and I also don't give mad head all the time. I'm kind of more of a cynic / realist. So that's, you know. I've ever read Hitman? I have not read Hitman. I read the first 5 chapters, and that was it, I think. Can I give us some hopes for Wano? There's too much negative, not undeserved, but still. Hopes for Wano? Oh, hopes. Hopes and dreams. Momo does something useful. Momo develops as a character. He kind of goes through the journey of becoming a man. I would absolutely fucking love that. Sanji gets 100% character development, actually changes for the better in a way that I would actually start to like him. Oh, that would be fucking amazing. Robin gets a fight. Oh, hopes. Oh, please let Robin get a fight. Let Robin do something. Let it be against someone that matters too, not against some like Yama equivalent where it's some fat fuck. Let Robin get a like extreme diff fight. Oh, same with Nami. Jeez Louise. Oh, that would be amazing. Give the supernovas their just due. I don't know how Oda would plan to do it, but give the supernovas their just due. Oh, that would be amazing. Kid, Law, Drake, Hawkins, give them all their just dues. Make the fighting of the calamities make sense and don't do a cop-out. That would be amazing. Luffy's injuries mattering. Oh my god, I would be so emotional scenes. Create emotional scenes. Yes, fuck yes. Make the Ace plotline with Tama actually go somewhere, because as of right now, I could care less about Tama. Oh, make that go somewhere. Hell yeah. That would be so. There's so many things. Oh, make Luffy get hurt. Holy fuck yes. End of Wano stuff. Have it be like Marineford. Yeah, hell yeah. Jitsu Every Kingdom. I read up to chapter 442, but I had to take a break because I was getting tired of Kingdom and I didn't want to burn myself out. But I think Nami is a little bit of a Mary Sue when it comes to her navigation skills. Sanji, Chopper, Frankie all have mentors to help them hone their craft. Wanted to hear your thoughts on this. Yeah, I mean, Nami's kind of a Mary Sue in general right now. She wasn't at first because, I mean, she's a Mary Sue when it comes to navigating, but at the same time, she did have a mentor because she also trained her ass off to get this knowledge that doesn't even fucking matter to begin with, because when she came into the New World, she didn't even fucking know what the log poses, even though she had been studying for 2 goddamn years about the weather in the New World. How does that happen? Nobody knows. But, you know, I mean, Nami trained with Hardys, the people who were literally experts of the sky. So, I mean, it's not like she earned her keep. She had a mentor as well. But Nami's a Mary Sue in the sense that she has no flaws anymore. And that's my one gripe with Nami. I have those, by the way. Your shouts to Mo. Just wants high def fights so the girls get ripped clothing. Oh, this is another hope. I hope Oda eventually learns how to draw the female anatomy so that it looks good. Oh man, that'd be the day. Why just moaning? I'm having oral sex with myself. What do I like better, Smite or Fire Emblem? Also, will you be playing the new Fire Emblem when it comes out? I don't have money, so hell no. What do I like better? I like Smite way better because I spent 5 years playing Smite, and I'm still technically playing it. I think Smite was actually a really amazing game. It just got ruined by the company. Dritz, if someone were to start out on YouTube with a budget of $50 to $100, what mic would you recommend? Blue Snowball. Blue Snowball would be the best one. Yeah, Blue Snowball. That's what JB uses, and it worked fine for. He used it for years. So the Blue Snowball is actually a pretty quality mic. Yo, Dritz, I have a list of all the manga, anime, manhwa, webtoons, etc. that I have read. Would you like to see them? That's a fucking long ass list, Nick. Sure, post it. What's the plan for future videos? Well, we have all these neck to necks to look forward to. The neck to necks are probably the number one thing. Other video ideas. I should probably do these as well. Other video ideas. Something I saw is Sawyer made a Zoro and Sanji rise to commander level video, and King made one recently. I also want to put my 2 cents into this. 2 cents into what would need to happen in order for this to make sense. I kind of want to do something about that as well. Eventually, I still want to get this out. Oh, did I spell defecation wrong? Is it E? I thought. I think I'm gonna have to. I've been thinking about this theory for a long time, but I think I'm gonna have to throw away. But it's there. Just what god do I main in Smite? I was originally an ADC main, so my favorite god in the game is on her because I love how mechanically just fun he is. On her is amazing. I really like AMC, even though he's kind of like a troll pick. I don't usually pick him in rank though because you get raped on AMC. On here is amazing. Ul is really fun. I used to have a pretty decent Ul. Hou-Yi, I hate Hou-Yi so much. I fucking hate that god. It's so skillless. But Hou-Yi is pretty good. But my best god is definitely on her. I'm diamond on basically every ADC, so I'm good with all of them. But yeah. And I'm pretty decent at soloing as well. I think Orochi versus Momo could happen. I think Momo could save someone from Orochi, but I don't think he'd be able to beat him. Oh, something. Hiroshi, a story of the Buddha, rise and fall of the paradise. I've wanted to do that for a while. Have I read or kept up with Hunter x Hunter? I read Hunter x Hunter Notch right up until Chrollo and Hisoka were about to fight, and then I dropped it. We want a One Piece cooking chapter? I actually do. One of the things that I thought was absolutely criminal for Oda is that Oda does a very subpar job, in my opinion, in actually showing how good Sanji is at cooking. Like, you know that one anime filler episode where Sanji cooks for, is it G5? Is it G5 or G? It's one of those, that legendary anime filler section.
Golden
where Sanji cooks, and like that is literally the best section ever showing how good Sanji's at cooking that isn't in the manga. Have I read the whole Cosmere? I have read a fair chunk of it, but there are still books I haven't read. A lot of like the one shots I haven't read. But it's mostly been the Mistborn series and then the Stormlight. God tier thumbnail this morning. Yo, thanks, Sunday Lollipop. I appreciate it. Have I read Crows or Worst? I haven't. I've never even heard of Crows of Worst. I know your neck to neck is really popular. Do you have any other ideas or thoughts for any new video series? Yeah, analysis series. Like I was thinking about this the other day. I had kind of wished that if I was able to redo my college education, I would be a psychology major instead. I would really, because I really like how the mind works. I think it's actually really fun talking about it. I would probably do some psychology related videos. Can you make vlogs? I don't have an actual camera. Like I don't have a camera I can carry around with me. It's just a webcam that sticks to my computer and is in a USB port. Because if I had enough money, I would get an HD camera. Like I would get an actual camera. What should be my thumbnail this week? Kyoshiro? Ada, what was that? Ada Wong or Claire Redfield? Ada. 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 Easily. Ada. 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 Have I seen that one full episode of Brooke fucking up everything on the ship? Yeah, that's like one of the best episodes. That was actually a really good episode. I wish that was in the manga. Would Usopp get a big power up in Wano? Depends on who, if and who Usopp fights and how big a power up would be. I think that like if Usopp is going to get an actual big power up, that it could wait until Elbaf, honestly. Yo, parkour, you're wild for that. I love it. Dude, I have a psychology degree and it was the biggest waste of time. Well, I don't know. I mean, it could be a waste of time, but look where I am right now. I have an IT degree and it's fucking doing me shit. Wouldn't be as bad as doing something I liked because I was a history. I love history as well. If being a history major actually led to a career, I would have instantly changed my major to history because I'm like Robin. I love history, fucking love it, and I like psychology. But I did IT because I mean IT isn't the bad thing to do either. I've ever read Kengan Asura. No, it doesn't ring a bell to me. It's a martial arts manga and it's completed if you haven't before, and there's a sequel if it's just recently started. Let me go to my notes. Kengan Asura. Write that down. Thoughts on Kyoshiro? He's my last hope for there to be a cool samurai that isn't Shutamaru. But I don't think it's really going to go that far. We'll see though. Do I think end of story Usopp will have better observation than end of story Sanji? No, I don't think so because well, also there's multiple things. One, I don't know if it's going to be necessary for Usopp to do that because like it's not like Van Augur is being put on some kind of pedestal that you need to have this X, Y, and Z. We've yet to see like a legitimate fight between two snipers. We don't really know how that would play out. You would imagine observation hockey would work, but it's just kind of just like the Luffy future sight stuff. We'll see. Plus, like Usopp isn't like your average sniper where he has like pop greens and stuff, the things that can actually manipulate the territory around him. So in a sense, he's better than using like a gun kind of person. Especially because guns suck in the series. But I don't know. There are so many different kinds of observation hockey that's kind of hard to tell a difference. It's like Fujitora's hockey is absolutely godly, but I don't just because Katakuri has future sight, I don't know if that's better. So like there's different aptitudes of hockey. I would say the ones that are more oriented towards combat are better though. Because those are actually the more useful ones. So maybe Katakuri's is better by nature because it's more useful for combat than Fujitora which we don't have enough information to actually like gauge. What's up, Vikas? How you doing? Yo, Devil Egg, did you play the original Resident Evil 2 for the 64? That was my first experience with Resident Evil. Scared the living shit out of me back in the day. Remember, I got that whenever I was still living with my grandparents. Got it in the basement. My brother used to play. I was so scared. I used to watch him play instead of playing the game because I was so afraid. Just little old Dritz. If I chose any character to join the Straws, regardless of affiliation or obligations, who would it be and why? Pro. Anyone, huh? Anyone? Any character? My first inkling was just to say Law, just so we can get it fucking done and over with. Just make Law part of the crew. He's already on Luffy's dick anyway, and his crew's like non-existent. Because like he would be like a great like counterbalance to everyone on the crew. And he's strong, and he has one of the better characters in the series. But anyone, he's can't be too strong. I don't know. That's a rough one. I don't know. Law's the best I can come up with right now. Have I read Vinland? Have I seen the Vinland Saga anime? No, but I've seen people talking about it. You'll see you later, Witch. Thanks for dropping by. I love you. Will Sanji's recipes get their time to shine? Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Who has better observation hockey, Fujitora or Anel? We haven't seen Fujitora fight, but he's an admiral and has dope hockey, so I'm going to automatically kind of favor him. Possible video idea: philosophical analysis of the different marine justices. That's actually been done a couple times, I believe. Try the new Resident Evil 2, please. You can do it on Twitch. I've actually watched speedruns of it. I've been watching a lot of the speedruns of the new Resident Evil game. Do I think Zoro and Sanji will be able to fight a Yonko end of story? I think they could fight one, but I don't know if they'd win. Probably not. Good night, Christian. Ideas on the connection between Frankie and Vegapunk and what will come of it. I mean, I don't know if there's any like actual connection between them. The biggest connection that I would actually say was between them is that so whenever Vegapunk and what's his face, top 5 Judge were a part of the vigilante scientists, I would headcanon the idea that Frankie's parents, after abandoning him, were actually part of those renegade scientists and knew Vegapunk, and Vegapunk might know Frankie due to him knowing Frankie's probably now deceased parents. And what will come of it? Frankie will probably come to some like, he'll probably gain more knowledge by actually meeting Vegapunk, and something will happen along those lines. That's all I would headcanon. Just you should watch Devil Legs Resident Evil 2 remake streams. They are hilarious. Oh yeah? Have you met our Lord and Savior Carrot? Oh, Carrot. Ugh. I'm not a Carrot fan, sadly. Which Sanderson series would you start with? I want to start by, but there are so many. Oh, God. Most people say Mistborn. Most people I know would suggest Mistborn. And it's hard to argue that because it's kind of like the perfect start. 3 remarkably short books that have amazing stories. Whereas the Stormlight Archive, each book is over 1,000 pages, and it's 1,000 pages of God. But it's not like the greatest entryway book because it's kind of like starting One Piece. There's a lot of material. So I would suggest Mistborn, then go into the Stormlight Archive. Shit topic. Best fanfic you've ever read? The best fanfic I've ever read, when it comes to One Piece at least, had to be something sex lemon related. Honestly, like I don't know what it is about. I've talked to my friends about this too. I don't know what it is, but people who write M-rated fics somehow usually have like a slightly better understanding of the characters in that situation than the people who write like K-rated stuff. It's like really, really awkward. Plus, I'm a pervert, so that helps too. Yo, just if I become rich, want me to come hire you if you're still jobless? Hell yeah, obviously, Rich Kun. Thoughts on Kizaru? He's the Sanji of the Admirals. Along with Zoro and Sanji, who do you see becoming commanders in Luffy's crew? Jinbei. Make a video on Kanjo's drawings. Oh, like the dragon and the tiger thing. Didn't he? He made a bird too or something, right? You're totally law in the context of the community. I know. I'm so black pilled. Do a video of Usopp, and Yasop's reunion. I could do something about that. I kind of alluded to something with that within my Shanks theory, but they need to reunite, obviously, once again. But it's like a really simple idea. I think most people agree with it. How high do I rank Mihawk? Very, very highly. My ideas of Mihawk's ranking in the past year have changed dramatically. When I think Green Bull will make his official appearance at the end of Reverie. We're going back to Reverie again. I think Green Bull will make his appearance then. Drit's thoughts on Sabo versus Green Bull and their devil fruits. I don't know if Sabo is Admiral level already. I think he's on the cusp of it, so I would take Green Bull. As far as their devil fruits, Sabo is probably has a very high mastery of the Mera despite having it for basically no period of time, because I think that's the way Oda's going to write it. And as far as Green Bull, I mean, there have been plenty of plant ideas that I think actually kind of make sense. If the Warlord system goes, what do you think Boa and the Amazons will do? Well, it depends on if Oda actually prioritizes that as something that matters, because the most popular headcanon is like, oh, Boa goes in the Grand Fleet and she becomes one of the 100,000 billion million jillion allies that Luffy's going to have. But I kind of want Boa's character to be important again, because I think she has a lot of potential. Weren't Frankie's parents pirates? Yeah, they are pirates. Just because you're a pirate doesn't mean you can't be like a renegade scientist. Who do I think so far is the best written character in One Piece? Um, the best written character in One Piece is one that is probably short-lived and that Oda hasn't had enough time to fuck up yet. So probably someone that's dead, or who barely has any time in the series. I think Rayleigh's probably up there, believe it or not. Fujitora is a really well written character. Aokiji is a really well written character. Law is a pretty well written character. Ace was a well written character. Whitebeard was a well written character. Those are probably my contenders. Maybe some of the moms that died. I mean, a lot of them. I mean, Otohime was a pretty dope character, to be honest. Although she kind of followed in the numerous archetypes of sacrificial mothers. Um, Bellamere, I don't know. I really like Bellamere, but I don't think she's like anything super special, to be honest. I just like her. Will Nami's origins become a plot point? I think so. Just could need some tits. Facts. And my pervert is Tekking. I would probably go on a limb that I am a closet way bigger pervert than Tekking is. I bet Tekking hasn't even played Aerogaze. What were those M-rated fics? What didn't you like to know? Dadon? Oh, Dadon. Dadon. Yeah, Dadon is an amazing written character. Dadon as well. Yeah, I forgot about Dadon. Dadon's amazing. I do really, really like Garp. Garp as well is up there for me. Fuck Vivi. Are you doing the video on Whitebeard's age is crucial thing? Already did it. Already uploaded it, Raphael. Where's my Mihawk video? Listen, you know what counts as the Mihawk video. Driz-kun gonna find his wife at some point? Nah, I'm probably gonna be forever alone, bro. Dritz, how could you watch One Piece porn? I couldn't find any hentai or read any doujin or character from a series that I watch. Whenever I watch read it, I'll just remember the porn. Well, no, but here's the thing you're fucking up. All One Piece like hentai or doujin sucks and it's absolutely awful quality. The best shit is fanfics. That's usually the best. Open up my cold heart. Open my cold heart to what? Oh, the Dawn? Yeah, I said the Dawn. Eric? Sabo? Sabo. Sabo. Gotta antagonize the Sabo fans. Nah, but Vivi's alright. Honestly. Vivi's alright. I'm not a huge Vivi fan. She's fine or whatever. I'm not a huge fan of her though. I think she was a good character. I wouldn't say she's one of the best though. But she is a good character. She's one of the better female characters in the series. Oh, Mihawk's probably one of the better written characters as well, but he has very, very minimal screen time. Say Smoothie Drits? No. You're like a 10-minute delay? No, I just went back and read your comment, doofus. Drits, do you see a Marine arc after Wano? Like the main antagonist will be an Admiral and the next arc will be an Emerald. So I don't really see that, Nick. I don't see any of the Marines being antagonists until the end of the series. Corazon, best written character. Corazon's a good written character as well. I like Cora. But I don't think he's the best written character. How strong do I see the lesser strats being end of story? Yikes. The rest of the strats. So this includes not the monster trio. I don't see Robin or Nami being that strong. I don't see Brooke being that strong. Usopp has the potential to be strong. I don't see Frankie being that strong. But here's the thing. I don't know if it really matters to me, but it's like, I don't think it matters because honestly, people have their expectations too high under the false bravado that the rest of the Blackbeard pirates are going to be some super beasts when that doesn't necessarily apply at all. The Straw Hats, the lesser minions of the group, aren't going to have a whole lot of build-up time to get like really, really high in power. Emerald City's a dead meme. I actually disagree, Eric. I think Emerald City's going to be a thing. But I think Garp was saved by the Marines when he was younger. Maybe he thinks he's in debt to them. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, I can understand why you think that because it's kind of like if you think a lot of the people in Luffy's lineage have kind of similar experiences. You know, Luffy was saved by a pirate, wanted to become a pirate. Maybe Garp was saved by a marine, wanted to become a marine. It's possible. I don't know if I'm gonna lean one way or the other. It's kind of hard to say because back in Garp's time period, everything was so much different. Devil fruits were basically a non-factor in you living, unless you were at the very highest level. And you know, everything was so different back then. Pirating wasn't as big of a thing as it was now. So it's not like there were a billion pirates rampaging the world. You know, the Grand Line was still basically unconquered, and there was a lot of danger there. It's hard to say. Hard to say. I wish we knew more about it, honestly. Frankie has massive potential. Yeah, that's why I kind of like stuttered at the Frankie part, Eric, because I'm like, oh, maybe. We'll see. Do I think Zoro will be able to take on Fujitora after Wano, or at least stand his own? I think Zoro will be able to stand his own, but he still loses definitively. Will there be another time skip? Dritz, not a long time skip. The only time skip I can see happening is like a short, very, very short, minuscule one. Whose backstory am I most excited for? Shanks, Blackbeard, Dragon. Oh, I mean Shanks, whatever. Honestly, I don't think Shanks' backstory is really that relevant. I also don't think it's going to be explored because it hasn't really been teased as being like really that mysterious or that important. Unlike Dragon's obviously probably like the number one priority, but if I follow my headcanon with the Rocks Pirates of Blackbeard, I'd probably still pick Dragon, honestly. I'd probably still pick Dragon. Do I think Emerald City is what JB thinks it is? I feel like his theory was kind of a stretch. No, I don't think Emerald City is what JB thinks it is. I saw a question. What would you like Zoro's backstory to be? You know, is it a bad thing if I say I don't care? Like, Zoro's actual family is not something that I'm really that invested in. Because I don't know if it's going to redefine Zoro as a character at all. Because, like, what's the scenario? Okay, so Zoro gets a backstory. Because Zoro gets, like, a backstory with his family. Where do we go from there? Is it like a Samurai Jack thing where Zoro was like a little itty bitty baby and his parents are some kind of just like, you know, people that are already dead and they aren't like that? I don't know. I guess because there's so much wiggle room that it could be anything. I don't know. It's not something that I don't think is important. The only other Straw Hats backstory that I think is really, really important would either be Nami's or like Frankie's parents or maybe even Robin's dad. Yo, what's up, Usopp the Liar? Been a while. Yo, saying Crumpington, Mihawk and Shanks is one of the things I want to know the most about in this series. Just been on fire lately. We've been grinding, Virgo. Also, probably because I have nothing else better to do because I'm a jobless bum. Do I think Blackbeard will come to Wano in Act 5? Yeah, I think so. If so, how would maybe at the end of Act 5, the epilogue? Point being, I think Blackbeard shows up in Wano. If so, how the shots get away? I think the shots get away by circumstance of literally every other person mattering coming to Wano. All of the Yonko, I still think all of the Yonko will show up in Wano. Big Mom's here, Kaido's here. If Blackbeard shows up, there is literally no way in hell Shanks doesn't make an appearance. It's impossible. For me, it's like he has to. There's like no reason to exclude them at all. The Marines are going to show up. It's like you have enough people there at that point in time that you can fabricate a way for the Straw Hats to be fine. Nami's origins will be a plot device to achieve something, if any. Nothing to do with her character, I would say. Vikas, as much as I would like to say you're wrong, I think you're actually right. And this goes along with what I was complaining about earlier, is the fact that Nami doesn't have flaws. Nami's like a completed character whose psychology has been complete, and she's very, very static. So yeah, unless Nami's origins and her real past brings up a boiling conflict within her that she has to come to, I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, it depends on what Nami's past actually is. By itself, it's hard to say something, but it would be nice for something to happen. Do I think it takes away from the story if Shanks dies before Luffy meets him again? Depends on the way it's done, I think. I mean, I don't know if it takes away from the story. I think that can be done in a way that would be satisfactory. I just think it's inevitable that they meet again. Will the Revs escape Reverie? For sure. I think. It's not their time yet. Do I think Mihawk versus Zoro will actually happen? I'm 100% certain at this point. I can tell you because I've had this conversation with multiple people since doing my neck to neck with Hikari, and I was so sure of it that I was able to convince Joy Boy, who didn't care and thought that it was not going to happen. I convinced Joy Boy to think that it was going to happen by explaining the dynamics between their characters, as well as like Shanks and everything. I think 100% Mihawk will fight Zoro. What do I think Scopper's role will be? Probably just helping the Straw Hats. Will Blackbird give Shanks another scar? Yeah, it's called death. I liked her on the ship on Hulking Island when she says Captain's orders. Yeah, I mean, Nami has plenty of good moments, but it's like, here's the thing. Nami not having flaws wouldn't be as big of an issue if Nami had more obstacles to overcome as a character so that it gives her something really important to do in the series. Because outside of being the universal damsel in distress, Nami isn't allowed to do that much, even whenever it's related to her own dream. Nami's dream was basically made useless by Oda's own wordage in the SBSs. So it's like Nami is neither striving towards a dream nor is playing a proactive role in the plot where she's trying to get stronger. She's overcoming obstacles by herself. So she's kind of just there. She has good moments, but there's a way more potential in her. Can you try the Webtoon Soul Leveling? I've been meaning to actually check that out. Dritz, do the Wiser will fight Mihawk video to convince the rest of the fandom. I think I guess I might have to now at this point in time. Who's stronger, Mihawk or pre-white beard fruit Blackbeard? Oh, Mihawk's stronger. Yeah, easily. You don't think her honing her skills during the time skip was growth/training? What did she hone? Literally, like what did she hone? What has Nami done that's like, oh, there's a tangible difference here and there? Nami hasn't been allowed to do much. Navigating doesn't matter in the One Piece world. The fact that Nami is supposedly the greatest navigator in the world is made moot by the point that every single crew in the Grand Line either doesn't have a navigator or they just have an average navigator and it's just they can get whatever the hell they want to because it doesn't matter. Nami's climate attack abilities aren't necessarily expanded upon because one, Nami's not allowed to fight because she has to be saved by someone so that Oda can give Zoro, Sanji, or Luffy some shine because that's what Nami's used for now. So I mean, I don't know. The One Piece women are not in a good spot when it comes to like feats. How would you feel if the big meme flashback was all the Elbaf content we were getting in the story? I would rage my balls off. I'm ready for the Mihawk mention in Wano, that panel. Oh, when Mihawk is mentioned in Wano, I'm going to cream my pants. I don't care if that chapter's trash. I'm giving it a 10. Which teams I think are going to be in the NBA Finals? Warriors is like it's like a no contest. Warriors and from the East. That one's up for like I don't know. There's gonna be a pretty good battle in the East between a lot of the top teams. I don't know if I would pick one definitively over the other. Everyone has their turn. It shouldn't be everyone has their turn. It should be all of the characters are progressing like actual people instead of characters having to wait until one arc 12 years after the time skip has begun for them to actually do anything. For me, that's been one of the issues in One Piece to begin with is that these characters have to wait until it's their arc for them to do anything in the plot. It's like you're the author. You can make things for these guys to do so they don't have to sit around and do nothing. That's why the strats are so stagnant. They don't fucking do anything. Who's going to fight Katarina, Devon, Nami, or Robin? Definitively Nami, in my opinion. Celtics, 76ers, Bucks are the top three, I think. Yeah, I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't know. The Raptors still have a chance. Raptors, Bucks, 76ers, Celtics. I mean, that's like, those are four powerhouse teams. I don't know who's kind of on top. From an ability standpoint, do I think Oda has been misrepresenting Law? Yeah, I think so because I think Oda realized that at a certain point in time, Law had to become the kind of sacrifice because his ability on paper is so ridiculously good that Law isn't allowed to actually showcase the ability, like the full power of his ability, just like in the scenarios that we've seen Law so far because Oda needed to prioritize the plot instead. We may be able to see Law actually utilize his ability to its full standards in Wano because there's going to be really strong people here. And so it would make more sense for Law to be able to go wild. But prior to that point in time, yeah, Law had to basically be nerfed. Dritz is a Zoro fanboy. I'm actually not. Zoro's one of my favorite characters, but I don't think you will find anyone agreeing with you that I'm a Zoro fanboy, considering that I don't really fanboy over Zoro at all. Will the crew split after Wano, leaving just a few to go to Elbaf? Oh, God, they better not. Oh, no, they better not. Not another crew split. I don't understand why they would do that, though. Like, what plotline would introduce that they would have to send someone else to go to Elbaf? Like, what would be the other priority? If a shot were to die, who do you think it will be and when? I mean, the only straws that I think that can possibly die would be like Usopp, Luffy. That's it. When the fuck are we gonna have a party with a full crew waiting for 4 years? I'm probably waiting for a little bit more. If Shusui came from Wano, then where do you think Mihawk's sword came from? I don't know. I don't think that's ever going to be addressed. Do I think Oda makes some arcs too bloated post time skip? Yeah, I think that's a bona fide fact. Oda basically admitted he combines arcs because he doesn't have time to do the arcs separately, which means that you're conflating a lot of your plot elements for the sake of just combining ideas instead of pitching them, which might actually have been the better idea at the time. But like if I were Oda, I would want to get greedy and just combine ideas because like, oh, I like this idea. It's gonna be in. Fuck everyone else. I'm doing this. And that's how you got Punk Hazard, which was supposed to be a fire island and an ice island separately. Those are supposed to be two separate arcs. Then you have Dressrosa, which the Tontanas were supposed to be a separate arc, not connected to Dressrosa. And you have all these elements that were probably forced in there that Oda didn't originally intend. And it's hard for me to believe that the Vince Milk plotline wasn't supposed to be its own thing with Sanji. But Oda combined it with Big Mom. Would Zoro and Sanji get Conqueror's Hockey Drits? I mean, for all I care, they can. I'm the only person in the crew that's going to make Conqueror's Hockey even a useful ability is probably going to be Luffy. So Zoro and Sanji getting it is inconsequential to me. Although if I were to put money on it, I would say Zoro would get it because he's similar to Rayleigh, and we don't know much about Scopper or Gabon to determine whether or not Sanji would ever get Conqueror's Hockey. So that's like a pending statement. Yo, WoW playthroughs, yo, have a nice night, baby. Let me see. Vince Smokes would have been a good arc pre-time skip. I feel like this Vince Smokes, when contained within their own arc, would have been a good separate arc to be at any point in time because like they have a lot of potential. So, or had. I don't know about anymore, but they had. Which strides do I think could possibly have a drama moment? All of them. I don't think anyone's immune from having a drama moment. Luffy could have a drama moment. Zoro could have a drama moment. Sanji could have another drama moment. Nami could have a drama moment. You know, Usopp could have one. You know, I don't think anyone's like immune from it. Maybe Brook. Brook is. I don't know. Do I like the idea that Zoro would get a sword from Hitetsu and make it his named legendary sword? I mean, I like the idea of Zoro getting his own shit. I feel like that would be cool, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to happen. I do not think that's going to happen. Do you think Sanji sees himself weaker than Zoro in his heart of hearts? He might. In his heart of hearts, he might. But on the surface, no. But to even suggest a heart of heart kind of idea implies a deeper complexity in the strats than we're led to believe exists. So the safest answer is probably to believe that Sanji thinks he's equal. Do I think Dr. Kureha taught Chopper the secret to her youth? No. When do I think Zoro and the Mihawk fight would happen in the story? I don't really see where it could happen after Luffy fights Blackbeard. After the Raftel arc. And I have the reasons for why I think that would be the case. Although, that's that's an opinion that's malleable, that can change with time depending on what happens with Wano. Am I getting Jump Force? I am not. I am not. Defecation, debate me, boy. Clyde, please spare me. Thoughts on Tengu Maru? Still feel he could be one of the red scabbards. Oh yeah, he could be. I mean, thoughts on him? I mean, he's there. I mean, I don't think he's a particularly amazing character. He's basically just like Thomas Caretaker at this point in time. Makes swords, might have an interesting backstory. We'll see. Not enough knowledge on him for me to say one way or the other at this point in time. Yeah. I think Chopper will have the highest bounty end of story because of gag reasons. No, I don't think so. So is our fight just a side quest post Raftel? What would prompt the fight? What would be wrapped up in launch arc? I think I'm going to do a video on this at some point in time because I have a lot of ideas concerning this. So I feel like it'd be better if I just saved it for a video. But let it be known that I think that they have to fight. And the time, you could arrange it differently. But there is no conceivable way in my mind that Shiryu will ever be stronger than Mihawk at any point in time. And I think that Shiryu getting the invisible fruit only strengthens the idea that Zoro has to fight Shiryu and then afterwards fight Mihawk. Is Ace's right hand going to show up? I don't think so. Do I think Kinemon is as strong as he was described in the latest chapter? No. I don't think so. I mean, it depends what your expectations are, but I mean, if Kinemon and Kanjo are basically going to die from Pika and Dressrosa and it took Zoro to save them, I don't have a lot of confidence in them, to be honest. Oda's going to have to prove me wrong. Will there be any strong giants in Elbaf? I think so. I mean, there fucking better be. If any giant has a devil fruit, they should automatically be broken. But yeah, I think maybe whoever is the strongest in Elbaf, the royalty of Elbaf, those are going to be the strongest people. The commoners, all these regular nobody giants, they're all like expendable. The giants we've seen so far. The royalty, generally speaking, following Oda's train of thought, those guys should be the higher echelon. Yo, just you trying to have a discussion about Sanji and Komurasaki? Sanji and Komurasaki? What? No. What? Why would I? Those two people should probably never be near each other. I don't think there's going to be anything related for Sanji and Komurasaki in the arc. Maybe a gag scene about her being hot or something, but those characters will probably never be important to each other. Do I think Zoro will mid-diff Kyoshiro? I'm not even confident Kyoshiro is going to be an enemy. Straight up. Who do I think is the strongest Black Mirror after Shiryu? Oh, that is quite the question. Who knows? I don't know if it's obvious that one's stronger than the other after Shiryu because they're all kind of in this weird state of just being underwhelming. I don't know. My gut instinct wants to like just I don't know. You have of all of Pizarro, you got Burgess, Lafitte. I'd probably lean towards one of those guys. What do you think about the idea that the king is the first and maybe only character thus far who could passively use full body hockey? What does that even mean? Passively use it? You mean he can have full body hockey without running his hockey supply dry? I don't know if that's a thing. And even so, if that's the case, like, let's say I'll entertain your idea. If that's the case, full body hockey better matter because so far in this series, full body hockey sucks. King better make that good if that's a thing. How likely would Carrot and Beppo form the Nox Pirates 2.0 flaw dies? Probably 0% chance. I don't think Carrot would just. I mean, what's the point of joining having the Nox Pirates 2.0? You basically have that and just being subservient to Luffy. Raise your smoothie. If I could choose a Devil Fruit or Hockey, which would I choose? I'd probably choose Devil Fruit because Devil Fruits on average are stronger. Thoughts on Oda making different fighting styles but not showing them that much? Complete just waste of just, I don't know. It's very disappointing, I would say. It's not necessarily a waste, but you're not going to fool me into believing that any of these fighting styles actually matter, including swordsmanship. Swordsmanship in One Piece barely matters at all. That goes the same with like fighting styles and like actually beating someone by being better than them. It rarely matters in One Piece. Just couldn't sleepy. I mean, I'm a little sleepy. Yeah. I mean, I kind of get sleepy as just because I'm talking. I mean, I've been talking basically 2.5 hours straight, and I said before that I was kind of tired and. I remember we went, yeah, that hiatus was super long, wasn't it? Man, that hiatus took so golly. The purpose of Carrot forming her own crew would be that she wouldn't join the Straw Hats. Yeah, but at that point in time, she would just be part of the Grand Fleet. Or just be back in Zoe. Like, what would force her to actually leave to do her own thing? Because the Nox Pirates originally were Poneglyph hunters. They have no need to hunt Poneglyphs whenever the Straw Hats are here anymore. Are here. Is Orochi to Kaido like Struzen is to Big Mom? I no. Like you would have to put it like Orochi is to Kaido like Spandam is to Lucci. The next series has been fire, by the way. Keep it up, y'all. Thanks, Dark Mugiwara. I appreciate it, boy. Who do I think Greenbull will fight in the Straw Hats? I don't know. I don't know if Greenbull will fight someone in the Straw Hats. He might not. I'm not sure. Depends what happens with the Marines, because I don't know if Fuji's going to stay an enemy, per se. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on this entire Marine faction separating from the world government. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. I hope not, because the Straw Hats have so many allies already. It would be even with all of their billions of allies, would it be too much for them to get just Marines on their side? Probably some of the more competent Marines. Not sure. I don't know. I don't know if it's obvious who Greenbull would fight. Good night, WoW. Where I think the Dawn is, I think it's basically what the D means. For me, that's the most obvious answer. Don't call it the Spandam card yet. I mean, not yet, but if I'm just looking at like, so unless Oda's going to subvert my expectations on some like, ghetto shit, then I feel like we can make a safe assumption about Orochi. I mean, he's already revealed his Devil Fruit like 3 times in the shadows, and he's switched into his form after getting pimp slapped by Kamarasaki, and he's a buffoon-like character. I don't think, like, I'm not going to assume that he's a serious character. He kind of seems to be a joke. All the portrayal was pointing that way, and a lot of what Oda's been doing in Wano so far has been very, very obvious when it comes down to a character perspective. So, I don't know. Hard to argue against Shogun being an incompetent buffoon. He even has some of the same, like, panicky things that Spandam has. I think Orochi is above Spandam but below Caesar level. I mean, like, the idea is, like, they're not exactly the same character, but they're, like, within the same character archetype. There's some differences, obviously. They're not the exact same character, but it's, like, that's the closest comparison I can think of off the top of my head. Yo, Night Kako. Speaking of Night, the chat's slow. I finally caught up with the chat. A dream come true. And I got all these goddamn ideas. So I think I might call the stream here. Out of all of these neck to necks and video ideas, what would you guys want the most? I think Zoro could beat Katakuri. Not right now. No. Maybe after Wano. That's a fire song, Young. Dicko mode. That's right. I just came back from dinner. You're calling it why? I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Oh, that's what I forgot. Gotta add a couple more down here. I think it was 71. Mike is fixed. Not all dreams are created equal. Also, Katakuri is a god. Katakuri is pretty good. Jits thinks it's the reveries about the poor JB. Yo, if the chat was popping more, maybe I'd stay on. But, my general motto is, like, my general motto that I'd never fucking follow because I'm just a dirty, dirty, dirty boy is that whenever the chat starts to slow down to the point where I'm actually waiting for comments, I think that's probably the point to stop the stream whenever I'm not in a discussion with someone else. No, because too big, we didn't get to hear much from the referee. That's probably true. I want a video neck to necks don't add much info, to be honest. Goofy X Brule fanfic reading, please? No. Oh no. Bro, I'm telling you to invite someone from regulars in. I'll have to have a Dritz Court event at some point in time. I think it's probably about time. Do I think Oda will really do Brook vs. Stop Hoot? I don't think so. No. But anyway, as I said, this video is going to go right to the trash can, probably. Probably unlisted actually. So if you're in the Discord, you could watch it later. But it'll be unlisted. But thanks for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate it. I mean, I had some ideas for next, but I didn't think there was going to be this many. So I guess I have my work cut out for me. But that should be plenty of videos, right? In between the chapters. But thanks for the ideas and thanks for the discussion. I really appreciate it. Sorry that I couldn't read everyone's comments. It's actually getting somewhat difficult now, which is actually probably a good thing for me in the streams that I can't read all of the comments. But yeah, I'll have to work out a day to do a Discord event. I'll have to figure out how that would work. I'll probably talk to Badger about it or some of my mods. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Have a nice night, day, wherever you are. Give the person sitting to your left and right a good nut rub, and give yourself one as well. And until next time, see ya.